The energy for the 4th week of August in the soap opera of the stars is saying time to turn your dreams into reality. I'm an intuitive coach and this is my energy report for the 24th to the 30th of August. It is an intuitive download from the guides, however, it is informed by astrology and human design. As I'm downloading the report from the guides, I feel a sense of relief. It is almost as if the guides are saying that the storm is over, the clouds are parting, the sun is shining through. When I wrote this, it was at the beginning of August. I'm recording this towards the beginning of August, so I am looking forward to see how this plays out. The other visual I'm getting is that of the seed having let out its shoot and the first 2 leaves opening up. Incidentally, one of the meanings of my name and the tattoo I have on my hand is about these first 2 leaves that come out of the soil after winter. So I do have a special connection to this moment of stepping out on the growth path. Even in my little balcony garden, I'm most excited when I plant the seeds to see those 2 leaves popping up and saying, hey, I'm alive. And then, of course, the journey begins. So in this process of August, what has happened is 3 key chapters are closing out. Let's look at each one, and then we will also break this down for your rising sun and moon sign. In case you still don't know what your rising sun and moon sign is, do get in touch with me and I would be happy to share. Now, the first story that we were talking about in terms of the 3 timelines that are coming together, the first is related to the converging timelines we spoke about in the 4th week of July. You looked at stories from 2008, 2011, 2018, and how all of these stories were now converging in 2024. Between February and May this year, you were made to look at whatever were the remaining shadows, power imbalances, and stuck energy that could have contributed to a shaky foundation, and you worked through them. In May, you were launching this rocket of your dreams, and your journey to that dream began. August is a testing and feedback time, checking in on progress, letting you know what still remains that needs to be let go of. So the reason why you are getting these multiple checks is because this time the universe wants you to succeed. The energy is changing and it rewards those who are willing to reach for their dreams and let go of the conditioning of the planet. Conditioning that is deeply ingrained and therefore needs a few do-overs before your energy can be fully clear of it. And now, when the guides refer to timelines, it's not just this lifetime, but it's do-overs over lifetime. So all of this is coming together now, and at least some chapters of your life are being closed out. So I'm hearing the guides say that the download is complete, the testing is done, and it is now time for the world to see your contribution, your growth. Now, when the guides talk of the world, the other thing I realized is that they're talking about your world. That world could include one person, it could include 1 million people. So it's really about the impact of your world. Now, the second chapter that they spoke about amongst the 3 that is closing out this week is interrelated to these 3 timelines in its lesson. So it started towards the end of February, bringing to your notice relationships where there was an imbalance in power dynamics and ensuring you corrected those. This would have felt personal and resulted in a shift in how you define yourself in relationships as well. So a learning that changed the way you look at your own needs versus what is being expressed as others as an expectation from you, so their needs. You were then ready to learn. So once you corrected the power imbalance, you were then ready to learn what it takes to create trust-based systems to replace control-based ones. So it's only when you rectify or learn about one thing that you can open up the chapter to learn about something else. That's what the guides seem to be saying, and that once you recognize the power imbalance in your own life and were able to solve it, then you could look at what are trust-based systems and how they can replace control-based ones. Now, these lessons around creating more trust-based systems started in mid-June continue in August, and in fact will continue till around mid-September, where we will continue to relook at decisions that we made from about mid-July to end July. Yeah, so basically we are going to be relooking in August, we're going to be relooking at what happened between mid-July to the beginning of August. So we will be relooking at it first, and then we will get an option to redo it. So this back and forth is going to continue till about the first week of September. And from mid-September, we will be experiencing a new energy once more with clarity and certainty. And in fact, by the end of September, a whole new cycle is going to open up. So I'm hearing the guides say that this is the time, therefore, to heal the wounding to your voice. This is connected to the guidance around perseverance, patience, and prosperity that we got last week. So make sure to get a throat center clearing, either through a practitioner you trust with results, or if you are aware of how to do a throat center clearing, then through that. This healing will maximize your impact and enable success, is what I'm hearing said. So after all, the energy is about bringing dreams into reality, and the throat center allows a smooth transit from the realm of thought to the spoken word. So that's how it's all connected. I'm watching these birds fly by as I'm doing this recording. So the third chapter, so we've got the first chapter, which is the timelines. We've got the second chapter, which is from February to now, looking at power imbalances, and now looking at trust-based systems and the need to heal the wound around the throat center. So this third chapter is about manifestation. Now, this is a very, this is a word that has been used a lot. So the guides are going to talk to us about how they see the role of manifestation. So the guides are saying that the energy will shift at the beginning of September. And this is a week when you are being asked to look at all that you have learned. The transformation you've experienced since 2008, the spiritual shift since 2011, the sudden changes, perhaps even the rug having been pulled from under your feet since 2018, the balance in masculine and feminine since March 2022. Okay, so all of these are being tied up harmoniously right now. And all of this has brought you to a point where you are more aligned than you have ever been to what lights you up. And that excitement makes you a powerful manifester. As long as you can let go of the outcome being exactly how you define it and feel the ease we discussed last week, there's nothing else for you to do. So expect harmony, expect beauty, expect the feeling of luxury, of being luxurious and worthy. So quite an exciting way to end this month, I think. And while the energy will continue to unfold and shift us into a trust-based world step by step, wins like this need to be celebrated. Remember that the only way the world will change is when the control-based systems stop working. So the guides are saying expect chaos, and frankly, that is what we are seeing. We've always been able to see the dark side of control-based systems, but now they're becoming so obvious and so evident that the demand for change is rising in its amplitude and in its voice, and I think that's why they're talking about healing the voice center, because there is chaos in a lot of situations. The level of cruelty that human beings can allow is mind-boggling. And while I don't want to make this a discussion about current events or world affairs, I just feel that the guides are saying this because when we want a new way of doing things, the old way has to go. When the old way goes, there is a period of time when it does feel chaotic, because we're used to a certain structure, we're used to the world working a certain way, and to raise your voice and to say no that is not okay, it is scary, but it is required. And then we move on to, okay, then what next? Then what is that trust-based system? And then when you are able to put that in place, then you have to navigate that, and there will be changes there, you know. So yeah, it's a journey. So the guides are saying that expect chaos. Chaos is not scary. It is an opportunity to get creative. Easier said than done. What creates fear during chaotic times is the uncertainty of the unknown. So if you can use these energy reports to help you navigate these times, that uncertainty will feel more manageable. So I think quite urgently needed words, and we do have a study group that meets every Saturday, and I think that is what we are seeing in that study group, is that as we are delving into the transits, as we are learning how the transits impact us, that uncertainty one feels actually changes into viewing an opportunity and saying, okay, when I know that the energy is going to be like this week, then what can I do to either, you know, accelerate my growth, or to learn a valuable lesson, or to let go of something that I thought would be impossible to let go. And if you want to join those study groups and have this discussion with us, we meet every Saturday around 4 p.m. India time. Let me know. I will add you to that group. Okay, so having said all of that, and hoping that whatever way this chaos appears in your life, you are being able to manage and navigate it, let us move on to look at what this means for each sign. So for this, you need to look at your astrological chart or connect with me, and I'll let you know your top 3 signs. I use whole sign houses and Western astrology for this breakdown, so take what resonates for you. So if you're looking at your rising sign, this is about you, your body, mind, and soul. The question to ask is, what is going on in my life? If we're looking at your sun sign, then your career and themes related to your father and father figures is what is highlighted. And the question to ask is, what is influencing my career and significant masculine relationships? Your moon sign is your emotional space, your sense of safety and belonging, your mother and mother figures. The question to ask is, what is influencing my emotions and significant feminine relationships? So look at all these 3 signs to get a complete view of what is happening, but you can just look at your rising sign, which will provide you the main themes. Okay, so when we look at Aries, rising sun or moon, an area this week that is being brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is your immediate living environment, your communication style, your thought processes, and relationships with your siblings. So your voice needs healing in your relationship with creativity, fun, play, children, and romance. So you need to look at where, you know, your voice has been wounded in topics related to that. You will see more harmony in your daily routines for work and body and your sense of duty starting from September onwards. So for Taurus, rising sun or moon, an area this week that is being brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is your finances, your sense of worth, your values. Your voice needs healing in your immediate family, your sense of belonging, roots, the mother archetype, and maternal figures. You will see more harmony in your relationship with creativity, fun, play, children, and romance. So when it says your voice needs healing, what it means is, look at where there is shame, or there is guilt, or there is, you know, sadness at communication that has happened around these topics. And perhaps right now communication is not happening, and that could be causing a sense of guilt or shame or sadness. So that's what it means when it says your voice needs healing, because the wound has happened because you have used your voice, and because your voice then felt that, no, it wasn't right for me to speak out and I need to suppress myself, right? So that's what you need to look at when it says your voice needs healing in terms of your family, roots, etc., etc. Okay, so I don't know if I've said this, but I will repeat it. You will see more harmony in your relationships with creativity, fun, play, children, and romance. So Gemini, rising sun on moon, an area this week brings to your notice as having been transformed since 2008 is your personality, your sense of self, and perhaps even appearance. Your voice needs healing in your immediate living environment, communication style, thought processes, and relationships with your siblings. You will see more harmony in your immediate family, a sense of belonging, roots, the mother archetype, and maternal figures. So for Cancer, rising sun on moon, an area this week that is brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is your fears and insecurities, your relationship to endings and beginnings, and your sleep patterns. Your voice needs healing in your finances, your self-worth, and values. You will see harmony in your immediate living environment, communication style, thought processes, and relationships with your siblings. For Leo, rising sun or moon, an area this week that is brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is about networks, communities, and how your work is seen by the world. Your voice needs healing in your fears and insecurities, your relationship to endings and beginnings, and your sleep patterns. You will see harmony in your finances, self-worth, and values. For Virgo, rising sun and moon, an area this week that is being brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is about your career and status. Your voice needs healing in your fears and insecurities, your relationship to endings and beginnings, and your sleep patterns. You will see harmony in your personality, sense of self, and perhaps even appearance. For Libra, rising sun or moon, an area that is brought to your notice this week as having been transformed since 2008 is about your need to expand and grow and your philosophies. Your voice needs healing in your networks, communities, and the way the world sees your work. You will see harmony in your fears and insecurities, your relationship to endings and beginnings, and your sleep patterns. I need this. I'm a Libra rising, and yeah, my sleep has been all over the place. So Scorpio, rising sun and moon, an area this week brings to your notice as having transformed since 2008 are your partnerships, your shared resources, your debt. Your voice needs healing in your career and status. You will see more harmony in your networks, communities, the way your work is seen by the world. So for Sagittarius, rising sun and moon, an area this week that is brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is in your intimate relationships, your needs versus the others, and close associations. Your voice needs healing in your need to expand and grow and in the philosophies you believe in. You will see more harmony in your career and status. For Capricorn, rising sun and moon, an area this week that is brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 are your routines around work and body, your work style and environment, and your sense of duty. So your voice needs healing in your partnerships, debts, and shared resources. You will see more harmony in your need to expand and grow in the philosophies you believe in. For Aquarius, rising sun and moon, an area this week that is brought to your notice as having transformed since 2008 is your relationship with creativity, fun, play, children, and romance. Your voice needs healing in your intimate relationships, your needs versus the other, and close associations. You will see harmony in your partnerships, shared resources, and debt. Pisces, rising sun and moon, the areas that have transformed since 2008 are your family, sense of belonging, roots, the mother archetype, and maternal figures. Your voice needs healing in your routines around work and body, your work style and environment, and your sense of duty. You will see more harmony in your intimate relationships and the whole balancing of your needs versus the others in these intimate relationships and in close associations. So that's the end of the report for the fourth week of August. It brings us to the end of August. We were promised at the beginning of August that the period of August is going to help us become better manifestors. What we are being told in this report is that when you have followed through on the guidance that has been given in August and you have been able to find what lights you up, you've been able to find the perseverance to follow through with what lights you up, you've been able to understand what are the areas in which you either feel shame or you feel that you will have to sacrifice something else in order to be able to do what lights you up, and you're able to work on the belief systems there. And then when you are able to feel prosperous without, by letting go of the outcome, to just enjoy the journey, feel prosperous, you are automatically in that space of having it all. And that energy of being lit up, being excited about your life, what you want to do, allowing life to unfold, watching the synchronicities as they occur, that whole process is what leads to being that powerful manifester. So, as I said, join us in our study calls every Saturday, 4 p.m. India time. Let me know if you're interested by commenting below, or by connecting with me on email or on my Instagram. I would love to see you there. I would love to know if this resonates with you. So please do like and share it with other people whom you feel will resonate with this message. And I will be back next week with details about September and the first week of September. So have a good one. Do subscribe to this channel for regular updates. I drop a new episode every Friday for the week, and once a month there's a bonus episode for the whole month. I would love to hear from you. The next part of this report is about my process, so if you would like to hear it, but if you've heard it in previous videos, then this is just a repetition. So prior to being able to receive the downloads, my guides expect me to study the astrological and human design transits that are impacting the period of time the report is meant for. I usually study it for the whole month and then week on week. I call it the soap opera of the stars because when I started looking at the information and hearing the stories, it really feels like the planets and luminaries have their own little dramas with their plots and subplots. And we here on Earth are impacted because, all this energy in the universe, this force in the universe impacts us. So we need to work with that energy to ensure we are able to navigate life in the best manner possible. So to me, these are our, warning signals, or the lighthouse that helps us navigate safely to the shore we want to be on, which is hopefully freedom and liberation. So to know more about what I do, you can find me on Instagram as @Pallavi108, which is PALLAVI 108. I'm also on LinkedIn as Pallavi Nath. I have a Spotify channel. It's the same content but in podcast form, and it's called the Soap Opera of the Stars. I have a Medium publication, so same content but in written format. It's also called the Soap Opera of the Stars. You can also stay updated on all the new episodes by following my WhatsApp channel. This is also called the Soap Opera of the Stars. I'm also planning to start posting on X and Twitter, X and Threads. So if that's something you're interested in, then watch this space for more. So just to let you know what I do, as an intuitive coach, I work with clients one-to-one to reset their energetic blueprints for maximum impact. So what this means is it could be an energetic reset to their timelines that includes events right from conception to now. It could be energy from past lifetimes. It could be also ancestral lineages. Now, why it is important to do this is because there are lots of these hidden little things, just like I see this fractured solar plexus that is hidden in our energy that we're not aware of, that we're not conscious of. But as an energy coach, as an intuitive coach, I can see it in the system and I can work with the client to help release it, because after all, aren't we all looking for relief and ease? I certainly am. This can happen for a client for themselves, an individual reset. It can happen for a relationship they're in, so that's a relationship reset. It can happen for the business they're running, and it can also happen in the space that they live or work in. So anywhere that you feel you need a little bit of an energy shift, like a facial for the energy, a deep tissue massage, connect with me. So apart from this, if you want non-face interaction, then I offer intuitive energy blueprint reports. These cover various aspects of your lived experience. They can be generated for you, they can be generated for loved ones. They're similar to the soap opera of the stars, but this is your natal chart. This is your human design setup. So it's very individual and unique to you. The report that I'm currently working on providing is one around purpose. I will provide reports on love and finance and career and so on and so forth. Right now I'm focusing on the first level, which is why are you here? Who are you on this planet? What is your quest? How does that combine to form your purpose? How do you then understand how this purpose in this current lifetime fits in with past and future lifetimes, and what are the important years so far in your life, what do you learn from them, what do you heal in them, and then what are the important markers over the next 10 years that you could prepare for and therefore navigate your life from that perspective. So this is something that I provide. You can check my link www.bit.ly/PN _reports. And I'm going to put that in the link in the description below. Another service that I provide is answers channeled from the guides. Now you can send this question to me on a form, and within 24 hours I will respond to you with a voice note. So these are specific to a situation, a decision, or a person where they need extra guidance, they need an input, they want to make a decision, or they just need to release anxiety. And this is important for them. So thank you for spending this time with me and my guides, and see you soon. Next Friday, next episode.